Greetings, everyone. Welcome. So, right now, I am just going to talk about some things. I've been getting a lot of downloads and channelings for energy that is playing out within the collective, and I just wanted to share this message. Yes, here it is, the energy that is playing out in the collective that, would be useful for people to be aware of is a lot of parental wounds going on. And I believe Lilith is in Cancer. So there's a lot of mother wounds, a lot of triggers coming up. And then, I think Father's Day is coming up. So yeah, like I said, parental wounds. Like I said on my video, for Gemini season, a lot of people are acting out. Their inner childs are acting out, throwing tantrums, wanting to be in the spotlight, wanting to be seen because they have not been validated. Okay? So when that happens, when that occurs, you have people who are playing out this false sense of belonging and being validated through external things, which right now, which is going on with the collective, is the social justice issues, everything that's going on in the collective. But yeah, so let's get into this energy. What I'm really picking up on is a lot of people who have unaddressed wounds regarding, like I said, being validated. So when you have that, you have a adult who is acting in wounded child energy. And when that occurs, you have a lot of tantrum throwing. So what is going on in the collective is a lot of people are throwing tantrums because they're not happy with themselves. They're uncomfortable within their being. And it's to a point where people are projecting their shadow onto other people because they haven't done the work. Okay, it's just plain and simple like that. People haven't done the work. So essentially they're projecting their shadow selves. Okay. The card that I did pull for this energy is the Four of Hearts. I'm just I use playing cards and then I clarified it. But yeah, was the Four of Hearts. So that's representative of one, water energy. Then we got the fourth house, which is Cancer. So once again, we have people who are becoming very volatile because the shadow side of Cancer and that energy of, being expressive is the emotionally manipulative. You have the volatile emotions where it's like, okay, you're going within your shell because you don't want to express yourself, you don't know how, and once you do express yourself, it's like a volcano erupting because you held all of that in for so long. So a lot of people are becoming physically sick because they're mentally ill and because they have trapped emotions within their being. And this is also manifesting for some people as like bloating, gas, just excess weight. Okay, you want to have a light body. Okay, when you have excess weight and when you have certain things going on with you physically and mentally, that is because there's something trapped energetically that you need to release. Also, a lot of people have been stress eating. I'm picking up on people who have been stress eating. It's like you're not even hungry, but part of your soul is hungry. You're not really hungry in the sense of, okay, I need this food. It's just your soul is hungry. Your soul is craving more, but you're not fulfilling that craving. So you're essentially utilizing drugs, overindulging in food, and things that aren't good for you, relationships that aren't good for you, absorbing everything in your environment and around you in order to feel, it's like, yeah, in order to feel something, because it's like, okay. And then I'm also picking up on people who are having these daunting dreams. Like, you may be seeing things in your dreams play out, and it's because you are worrying. You're having these nightmares or whatever the case may be. It's because I'm picking up on a lot of people who are worried about finances, okay? And this is a topic where you could dive into, but just to put it plain and simply, what I'm going to say is, if you are worried about finances right now, you are operating out of a place of survivability instead of sustaining, okay? And that is poverty consciousness, because where we're headed now energetically for the collective, certain things is just like, if you are on a specific level, you should not be worried about. If you know that you have certain gifts, if you have certain skills, you should that yeah, worry about focusing on your spiritual well-being, because a lot of you are focusing on something and it's counterintuitive, it's counterproductive, because it's not doing you any good to be focused, hyper focused on money when there's other things that's going on that need your attention. Um I'm also picking up on some people who are ignoring an opportunity that has presented itself for you to uh, accumulate a certain amount of wealth because of some expectations that you think somebody has of you, maybe your parents, your family, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, a lot of you aren't doing what you genuinely want to do because you're holding back because of someone else. Maybe you're dependent on someone else, or maybe they depend on you to fulfill some sort of role. Um, yeah, it's just this people pleasing energy that I'm getting with this, of wanting to seem perfect, wanting to seem like you have it all together, wanting to seem like you're the mother, the father to someone, just wanting to seem responsible and dependable, when it's like you're essentially drowning and going through things within your personal life, and while also immersing yourself within the collective. So this is a case of society versus self, being of service to society and being of service to self. A lot of you are struggling with that, and how to have that balance, have that healthy balance with being, conducive to your inner world and the external world. Okay. I feel I feel like a lot of you have not reached that level of emotional maturity yet, emotional regulation, where you're even able to balance the two. So essentially, you have to build a solid sense of self before you entertain and observe what's going on, because essentially, if your emotions aren't regulated and you aren't emotionally mature, you're going to then take on all the problems that everybody else is experiencing around you, and you're going to become a martyr, and you're going to feel like you have to save the world, and you're going to put this hero trope on yourself and feel like you have to do some grand thing for somebody else, when it's like you need to help self. Okay, helping self, absorbing all these things like you're a sponge. It does nothing, because it's just like it's excess weight that needs to be squeezed out. It needs to be a full detox that occurs within your being. Because essentially, if you're exhausting all of your channels out by pouring into this person's cup, giving this person your energy, lending a helping hand to this person, an ear to this person, it's like, what do you have left for yourself? Essentially, you are abandoning yourself for the quote unquote greater good. So you're sacrificing yourself, putting yourself on a cross for a greater good. I'm also getting the sense that a lot of you are partaking in these collective discussions and taking on all these people's problems. Like I said, it's out of obligation. You feel obligated to because you've seen it, or because somebody, came to you, somebody randomly. It could be somebody randomly, it could be a family member, a friend, but it just seems like people are coming to you and wanting your opinions on things that are going on. Hey, here's something that you could say. I'm not in the space to receive this. I'm not in the space to comment on this. I have things going on in my personal life. Now's not the time. Respectfully, kindly, gracefully, just, you don't have to partake in things just because everybody else is doing it. And that's the thing. I'm also picking up, yeah, like I was saying, that people pleasing. So it's like you're trying to walk a fine line. You're trying to stay neutral. You don't want any problems. So what a lot of you are essentially doing is you're living inauthentically, because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So a lot of you are just falling for things that are going in the collective. You're falling into these constant timeline loops, because essentially you're avoiding your truth to resonate with the collective because you want to fit in. And then essentially that in turn, brings false connections. It's a false sense of community that people are, partaking in within the collective. And it's very shallow connections that people think that, oh, because this agenda or this propaganda, this, event is happening, this holiday is happening, and they have everybody fooled with what's going on, because what's about to occur is definitely something that you should take heed to, and don't fall for the tricks and the false promises that you have, whatever, your government, your whatever, because that's a lot of what's going on right now. A lot of false promises of, oh, good times ahead. And it's like, essentially, this is a sinking ship, and it's like, are you going to swim or drown? Because you can go under the sea, with the Titanic, but essentially you have to save yourself. And yes, it's difficult when you see other people that you could assist and give help to, and whatever the case may be, but it's still like, what about yourself? Whew. So yeah, I mean, that's all that I really have for this right now. Of course, further messages will be on Patreon, because I want to go deeper into this, because there were other things that I wanted to say about this energy. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to leave this here. Okay. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.